I want to go across now to senior Congress leader, Member of Parliament from Chandigarh, Manish Tewari. He's joining us. We've heard from former diplomats. We've heard from the current Minister of External Affairs, Manishji, saying that this is American process. It may be unseemly, Indians may be irked by it, but these are illegal immigrants we're talking about. It's not as if they have bona fide kosher visas and passports as they go to the US. They're being sent back because they broke a law, and everybody just needs to deal with it. Why then are opposition parties in Punjab, and you in particular, upset with the manner in which these flights are being sent back from the United States to India? Manish Tewari.
Rahul, first of all, it's important to understand that these are not the first deportations which have taken place from the United States of America. But you've also now been a senior journalist going back 2 decades. Do you remember any such visuals of people en masse, handcuffed, shackled, denied basic human rights, treated almost like galley slaves, and being sent back to India on military planes? At least in my living memory of being in public life, going back 4 decades, I do not ever remember anything of this sort happening. So therefore, for the External Affairs Minister to say that this is kosher and this is standard operating procedure, he sounds more like the spokesperson of the Trump administration than the External Affairs Minister of India.
But many of these decisions about what kind of planes that these deportees come back in are taken by the American government, whether they send them back on civilian planes or military planes, is really a decision for the Trump administration to take. Jaishankar and Prime Minister Modi can't do much about that.
Well, absolutely incorrect. If Mexico can send their planes, if Colombia can send their planes, if other countries can send their planes to pick up their deportees, why is the Indian government so diffident about sending its planes? The fact is that not only Indians are being deported, the Venezuelans send their planes, the Colombians send their planes, the Mexicans send their planes. You know, why can't the government of India send its planes and bring people back with a modicum of dignity and self-respect, and not allowing people who subscribe to the Sikh faith to even wear their turbans? You know, this is not denial of basic human rights. This is denial of religious rights. You had Mr. Vance at the Munich Security Conference lecturing Europe ad nauseum about fundamental values of democracy. Aren't these fundamental values of democracy that you allow people at least to practice their religion in the manner in which they want to?
You know, on the question of handcuffs, Manishji, we heard from government sources, they were saying that in typical flights, the concern is a security concern where if all the deportees are not handcuffed, they could gang up and there could be a law and order problem. They could, for example, attack the stewards, etc., which is, I'm not justifying it. I'm saying that's the explanation being offered for why those being sent back are handcuffed.
So why are Colombians taking back their people unhandcuffed and unshackled? Why are the Venezuelans taking back their people unhandcuffed and without shackles? Why are the Colombians doing that? Is it only the Indians who are going to gang up together and attack the people on board and ostensibly become a security threat? But there's a bigger issue involved out here, Rahul. In the United States of America, unfortunately, due process is also not being followed when these people are being deported, because there is something which is called expedited removal, right? Under which these people are being summarily put on planes and are being sent back home. But even that expedited removal process has due process built into it, which is that while you are in detention, you are entitled to a hearing. And by all accounts that I have heard from people coming back, either those hearings are not taking place or they are taking place in a manner whereby those people do not understand what is happening to them. You know, they are being denied access to legal counsel. So in fact, the United States of America is flouting its own immigration law. It is flouting its own constitution. when it is dealing with people in this manner.
As a leading voice of the Indian opposition, what would you like the Indian government to do about it? The Prime Minister just concluded what is being called by the government a successful visit to the United States. What should Dr. Jaishankar, through the Ministry of External Affairs, really do in your view?
Stop playing ball with the Trump administration. Stop prostrating yourself before the Trump administration. I don't understand as to what the compulsions of this government are, that they are completely prostrating themselves. If at all those people have to be sent back, and if the United States is not following due process, what are our consulates doing? What's our embassy doing in the United States of America? The fact is that these people are not terrorists. They are not hardcore criminals. Yes, they went in search of an economic opportunity. Yes, they perhaps entered the United States in a manner which was extra legal. But that, as Mr. Akbaruddin was pointing out, is a civil wrong in the United States penal system. It's not a criminal offense. So therefore, why treat them as criminals?
Before I end, Manishji, what do you make of the fact that these flights are landing at Rajashansi in Amritsar, not in Chandigarh, not in Ahmedabad, not in Delhi?
It's very simple. You want to give Punjab a bad name. You see, the NDA BJP government has an angst with Punjab because the Punjabi farmers, sat through COVID-19, braved the rain and the sun, did not budge, and made this government eat crow by taking those 3 farmers' bills back.
No, but the counter to that could be that this is the opposition finding something to hit the government with, that the maximum number of illegal deportees are from Punjab, which is why they're landing in Amritsar. That other flights, and you heard Akbar say it, other flights could go to other states. We don't know where the other flights will go.
Well, if you look at the profile of the first 3 flights, a majority of the people are not from Punjab. So therefore, there is a clear malified political.
No, maximum number are Punjab, 127 Punjab people, 112 Haryana, 74 Gujarat, 7 Uttar Pradesh, and the other states are very few.
So there are substantial number of people from other states also. So therefore, if there are substantial number of people from other states, make the flights land in Delhi. You see, you are deliberately making them land in Amritsar because you want to send out a message as if every illegal immigrant who goes from India is a Punjabi. And as I had spoken to you earlier, Punjab is a border state. Punjab needs to be handled very sensitively. Unfortunately, Delhi has never understood Punjab, and that's why Delhi has always, or this country has paid a very heavy price in terms of its national security imperatives. You were absolutely right when you were pointing out to Mr. Akbaruddin that Punjab is seething because they are seeing the intent in this deliberate choice of the Amritsar International Airport. And with great respect, I would like to point out that the government of India is making a very serious mistake, because if there is anything which any Punjabi values above his life also, it is a self-respect. And that self-respect is getting hurt.
I'll leave it there. Manish Tewari, you've given us the opposition perspective. I thank you for taking out time and joining us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.